India is starting to counter China's influence in the Arab world with a major communication project in West Asia. How exactly? Well, by bringing West Asia closer to India, literally. A grand project is in the works, and at its heart is a massive railway project that will create communications capacity for commerce and passengers. This is what happened over the weekend when India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval went to Riyadh to carry forward an innovative project. The others at this critical meeting were Jake Sullivan, America's NSA, their equivalent from the UAE, Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and of course the host, Saudi Arabia's Prime Minister, Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud. And they discussed this grand plan. It entails interconnecting the Arab world via a railway network and then carrying forward the connect to India through shipping lanes. Let's just tell you more. Where does this railway network start? And which cities will it connect? The concept was greeted warmly, but now the details have to be discussed and the specific map is being drawn. But we can tell you that India will be the lead builder of this mega project. And this plan, by the way, was presented to the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in the presence of the NSAs. The Saudi state news agency later saying, I'm quoting, during the meeting, they discussed means to strengthen relations and ties between the three countries in a way that enhances growth and stability in the region. This is a foreign policy win for India at a time when one is much needed. New Delhi was caught napping when China pulled off a diplomatic coup in West Asia. Remember earlier in December, China's President Xi Jinping made a sudden visit to Saudi Arabia for a conference with Arab nations, and this was unprecedented. And then in March, China brokered a deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia that ended their hostility. Now, the trilateral China-Saudi-Iran agreement signed in Beijing heralded China's assertive presence in the region. And this was not good news either for India or for New Delhi's strategic partner, that's the United States. But you see, Delhi's course correction started sooner than expected, led by the NSA Ajit Doval. Doval, in fact, visited Iran last week before he went to Saudi Arabia. When exactly will the railway project kick off? Pace is in India's and the region's interest after all, and it seems to have received the implicit nod from the prince, who is the effective ruler of Saudi Arabia. And apart from course correction, what exactly does this infrastructure mean for interconnectivity between West Asia and India? Number one, faster movement of energy and trade. And this is crucial. Remember, traditionally, India buys most of its oil from West Asia. Countries like Iraq and Saudi Arabia remain major crude oil suppliers to India. And India also imports LNG or liquefied natural gas from Qatar. The country's top gas importer, Petronet, has a contract to buy 7.5 million tons of LNG from Qatar. India is also negotiating a free trade agreement with the GCC. Currently, India is the largest importer of Emirati goods, and the UAE is India's third largest trade partner. India, in fact, aims to become the breadbasket of West Asia. And then there is connectivity. Here's something else. India's credibility in the railway sector is beyond doubt and has been internationally recognized. India has the world's fourth largest railway network after the US, China and Russia. And India also built railway projects for Sri Lanka. And entering West Asia will be an added feather to that cap. In fact, we are being told that the plan was first laid out during the I2U2 meeting some 18 months ago. And what is that platform? It comprises of India, Israel, the United States and the UAE. In fact, the first I2U2 summit was held on the 14th of July 2022. And coming back to the infra project, here's a question. What exactly is in it for the United States? And why did the US NSA Jake Sullivan fly to Saudi Arabia to push for a project to bring West Asia closer to India? Well, the answer is simple. Let me just read out for you what Jake Sullivan exactly said. The plan is to connect South Asia to West Asia and the United States in quote-unquote ways that advance the economic technology and diplomacy. Adding, I'm quoting, a more integrated, interconnected Middle East empowers our allies and partners, advances regional peace and prosperity, and reduces the resource demands on the US in this region over the long term without sacrificing our fundamental interests or our involvement in the region. And what about West Asia? Coming closer to India helps the region's trade and economy. West Asia is looking to diversify its economy after all, invest in countries that guarantee a good return. India, for example. The UAE is investing $2 billion to develop integrated food parks in India. Also looking to develop a hybrid renewable project in Gujarat of 300 megawatts of wind and solar energy. During Crown Prince Salman's last visit to India, he spoke of investing billions. The Saudi Sovereign Fund has already invested in India, the rail project marking yet another takeoff stage for greater partnership. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.